It's a beautiful Saturday here in the city of Ibadan, and we are here live on the red carpet for the official watch party of Hakeem Seeking Justice, the movie. I'm sure if you've seen the trailer, you can feel the action, feel all the energy, and that is what we're here to see. Live Dominion broadcast is here. My name is Usarinoma Saba. Most people know me as the Edo Queen. We're going to be talking to fans, we're going to be talking to people who are going to watch, and of course know what they think about the movie. So stay tuned. This is Dominion broadcast on the red carpet for Hakeem the Watch Party. Great, so we've watched the movie and we saw the action, we saw the suspense, we saw every single thing that they had to bring to this movie, Hakeem Seeking Justice. I mean, many think that, we're bringing all the American vibes into here, all the action, all the drifting and everything. But of course, let's hear what people have to say about the movie. So what was your expectation before you watched the movie?
All right, before I saw the movie, I just thought it was going to be maybe something casual, but I didn't know we were set for something out of this world, really.
So how was the experience after? What was your before and after? What was your experience after?
Okay, so this is like something that you get to see in American movies. Oftentimes you don't get to see it in Nigerian movies. So, and we are so used to watching something a bit more epic in recent times, but this has really taken us, to where we really ought to be, and then I think this is a good one. Really.
So rate it over 10.
Well, just so that I don't sound so generous, I'll give it maybe like a 9.9 over 10. Yeah, actually, this is good.
All right, so I'm here on the red carpet with Omotoke. Yeah? Yes. How was your experience of watching the movie?
It was, I can't even explain. It was very interesting, to be honest.
I love. Who was your favorite character and who was your least favorite character?
I think the major character there is my favorite character. I think his name there is like Hakeem. Yes. In the movie is Hakeem. That guy is just too good. His least favorite, I would say the doctor. Yes, the doctor.
Okay, so rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, and why would you give it that rating?
You mean the list?
No, like overall the movie.
The movie is 10 over 10. Honestly, it's 10 over. Perfect. Even though my mom said was like, this is interesting. Okay,
but usually, are you a team Nigerian movie or a team foreign movie?
Well, actually, I'm team Nigerian movie, but this one looks like foreign movie. So that's why it's 10 over 10. To be honest, it's nice. Thank you. Okay, great. So tell me, how was your experience watching the movie?
Interesting. I love the movie. Very interesting.
Okay, so who was your favorite character, and generally, how would you rate the movie?
I'll give the movie 98%. Honestly. 98%.
Okay, favorite character?
Hakeem himself.
Himself?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, with all that you saw in the movie, the action, the suspense, what would you say to the cast and crew, that put this all together?
They really work so hard. They make it real. In fact, it's like I'm watching this American movie. In fact, it's like they're bringing American movie down to Nigeria now. I love it.
Did you change anything about the movie?
Not really. Or let me say the wife of the honorable. Okay. She's too cool. Naturally, I was expecting, why do you have to do that? You kill somebody. But she was just saying, like that. Apart from that, it's nice.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Annie on the red carpet. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm fine.
Okay. Okay, so tell me, what was your expectation before you watched the movie?
Actually, I just thought it would be like a normal movie. But then I watched the movie, I was like, wow. Like the movie is just wow, like mind blown with the movie. And
So rate on a scale of 1 to 10.
let's say 9.5 on a scale of 1 to 10. 9.5.
If you were in the movie, which character would you want to play?
Actually, I would love to play Akim's friend. Like his friend, he really helped him. Like he supported him after. We thought he was dead, but he came back like a gas star at the end. So yeah, I would have supported. I've been his friend actually.
Okay, so I mean, what would you say to all of the people behind this movie?
I really appreciate like the way they tried with the movie. Like they were real with it, and they are trying to bring like all this American effects to Nigeria. Me watching the movie, I was like, this can be a Nigerian movie. But even with the way the car drifted and everything, I was like, wow, this is interesting. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you. So I'm on the red carpet with Mercy. Hi, Mercy.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, great. So tell me, what are your expectations for the movie Hakim Seeking Justice?
Well, from the title,
Hello and welcome to another episode of The Big Conversation, where we unpack real issues, ask the hard questions, and get people talking. I'm Runke Giwa Onafuwa, and today's topic is one many of us have experienced personally or, seen around us. Comparing kids, comparing moms as well. Healthy parenting versus competitive parenting. In a world where parenting has become a spectator sport, thanks to social media, school WhatsApp groups, and playground banter, many parents find themselves under pressure to prove they're doing it right. We'll be discussing the long-term impact of comparison on children's self-esteem, on mothers' mental health, and on the parenting culture where we're raising the next generation in. Is it wrong to benchmark your child against others? What happens when parenting becomes a competition instead of a journey? You should definitely stick around. It's going to be insightful. However, we must first look at the top stories making headlines with these fabulous women at the table today. Hello, DT. Good morning. Good to have you here, Abu. Hi, fantastic to have you here. And Barrister Tunji.
Good morning, everybody.
Good to have you here today.
Me too.
All right, so we're going to go through our headlines. Abu, what is your headline today?
Okay, good morning again. So I would, for a change, I want to look at the good, the government.
Okay, we love it. We love to hear it.
But I'm still going to look at the good through the eyes of the First Lady. And so on the Guardian, the First Lady's humanitarian donations hit 12.9 billion naira in 2 years. For me, when I saw that, I was like, 12.9 billion. So I mean, I got curious. I was like, wondering, okay, what was she spending that money on? Like, okay, and then I mean, the key focus areas, a lot of the donation went to the guys in Benue, all the displaced persons, and she had this disability empowerment program. She had this other one for business women, 150 million grants. I mean, she's done, to be honest, under her pet project. She's done quite a bit, And then most of these donations were under the platform of our pet project, like I said, the Renewed Hope Initiative. And even sometimes personally from her own purse. But then while the gesture is receiving applause and commendations, of course, there's a brewing
Yeah, the
concern
cynical
about
people,
the
right.
source of the sum and its appropriation and the accountability in the process. And I can't really blame people because 12.9 billion
Wow, that's a
in
lot of
2
money.
years is a lot of money. And even though, I mean, I can say like a list of the things she has done,
Yes.
she has used the money to do, and I think they are very benevolent. I mean, they're good causes and stuff. But I'm thinking, has it really translated? You know, that's a lot of money. So I would expect that. I almost don't feel like we should be told. We should be like so glaring that we shouldn't be saying, oh really, oh really, we should, oh yeah. You know, like, has it really translated? So is it that these numbers are being doctored, or she has really genuinely, I want to believe she has genuinely spent that money. But through the channels she's dispensing it, is it really getting to the right people? So I think those are the questions we should be asking, because I won't want her to be overcritical and then she now doesn't do it. We need such things done.
Right, because I want to say, in the first place, there's no office of the First Lady according to what we know. So whatever she's doing because, okay, her husband is president and she's doing something. So on one hand, we want to say it's laudable because she's not us, it's not her. She doesn't have an office where, you know, the monies are coming, so she's doing this. But of course, the people are asking that where these monies coming from, because at the end of the day, it will be coming from, you know, from her husband at the end of the day, from the presidency, you know. So even though this is someone that has been doing humanitarian stuff before she became First Lady, even when she was in the Senate or, you know, and all of that. So, however, I don't blame the cynics who say, where's the money coming from? Is what people say, you know. So coming on the front page of the newspapers to say, we are lauding the First Lady. However, like I said, there's no office of the First Lady. So she's doing this because there are some First Ladies we've seen. I'm not sure
they're not doing anything, no. I mean, apart from Wayne Gilly and going for Owambe and so-called conferences all over the world, you know. So I mean,
someone here, for example, is saying First Lady with no known source of income is donating billions of naira. No wahala. The actual agencies in charge of evacuation, welfare, etc., nowhere to be found due to underfunding, graft, and anyhowness. Are you people seeing it like I'm seeing it, or am I mad? This is someone on Twitter.
That's
true. So that's what we're saying. Like,
no. What is her job? Where is this money coming from?
In fact, where are the people that have collected? We are in social media age now. We should be hearing things flying up and down.
This is a lot of money. So we shouldn't be surprised. We should be like, oh yeah, it's true. It's true. I've heard about it, you know, and I'm like, okay.
So maybe they are, I mean, so you know, at times when you read some of these things, they are not really sure whether they are, you know, they are just trying to give us some good image and PR and all that.
Right.
So we don't know. But then we don't, like she said, Barrister said now, the women that have collected this money, that you said now that some women, where are they? They should tell their stories. They should, you know, say.
And then apart from that, there is insecurity issue. You give people like the IDP camp people, you give them money. Tomorrow they come, displace them again. What are we saying? We are going on a merry-go-round. Why don't you cure insecurity?
Yes. Let it out, Barrister.
Yes, let's stop the insecurity so that the people can go to their farm. For example, we say Benue is the food basket of the nation. Let them go to their farm in peace. Not that today they are displaced, tomorrow they go to Plateau. That money is enough to keep these women. Empowerment is not empowering me in the IDP camp. People are raping them day in, day out. Your children can't go to school. Please, they should try and stop this thing. They should just, anyway, politicking is in the air. Let them start, even though it's not the right time. Some of these things for the optics, well, not that she's not doing, but they should not put lashes and makeup and foundation and make it look as if gone are those days that they were fooling us like that.
What she said. So in layman's English, what she's just saying is, let's go to the source. So if in the first place there was no insecurity, they won't be spending a lot of money on funding these camps and funding, you know, understand, you know, so let's deal with the issues.
Absolutely. And also, we must move away from this place where someone just donates money and we just applaud it. We need to, yes, I know people are hungry. What she's doing, absolutely, what she's doing is laudable. But this is someone that we don't know what she does for a living. You know, to be honest. Exactly, you're donating billions.
That's what she has done for a living.
You know, so we need to, just like
how everybody wants to be a politician. That means you can be a politician for 8 years and you have this huge amount of money. You work 35 years in the ministry. They won't give you your 6.5 million, your take-home money. That's everybody wants to kill and die and be a politician. That's the example they are showing us.
The day they start paying them what civil servants are getting. Right. You still want to serve the country.
Exactly.
You what is it?
That's why you know
yes. I mean,
I thought pay them huge amounts
absolutely.
of money for gifts and all this.
It's laudable.
In fact,
We're glad
the
that
truth
she's
is-
chosen this. Most times, first ladies, people have like their charity that they support. We've had first ladies who do that. This is big and it's good as long as it's going to the right quarters. However, we must not forget that this money too is not like it's coming from her pocket, because if it is coming from her pocket, what does she do to be able to?
Please, it's come from I want to be a PA.
Uh-huh.
I want to be a PA. So I can help her be managing, helping her dispense.
Leadership that is willing to do that. Say, you want to serve us? You want to? Oh, okay. We're going to pay you that minimum wage that we all. Then we'll not see the true people that want to do it.
So imagine
until
they use
we
that
do
money, buy drones for the
Yes.
military. Anybody that is coming, you can see them from an
Yes.
office. You know that the
Yes.
attackers are coming,
Yes.
and you
Right.
quench this thing. It's as if we pay lip service to it. People are dying,
Yes.
blood is flowing. We
Yes.
don't care. The
Yeah.
country is bleeding.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so let's move on from that headline. Let's look at this trending story, which is also making headlines still, of Kwamwon's, missed in Minna, I want to say, in an aircraft. For those who don't know the backstory, apparently he was already in the... I actually thought... when I heard the story that where you are trying to board, there are certain places where they will confiscate items that's liquid. But apparently he had already boarded this flight and he was drinking from this flask. Was when they asked him that, you are not allowed to, drink alcohol. So I thought he was still trying to board. So they had tried to stop him and asked him to stop drinking. He said it was water, but obviously it was alcohol. And then he made such a huge scene that he had to deboard him.
Wow.
So obviously Fan is saying that they might have to ban him because he made and then he's pushing back, and but we're talking about this because our celebrities often have this larger than life, especially when you have connection in Nigeria. You feel like you can do anything, but there are rules in place. Yes, that do you know who I am culture. But there are rules in place in certain areas for some reason. There's reasons why Fan will say don't drink alcohol. There's reason why they'll say don't take a certain
your perfumes and
your perfumes. I've told this story before where I was actually coming to Nigeria and I bought this particular brand of cosmetic product because I wanted to do my skincare in the plane. Right before I spent hundreds of thousands on this skincare. It was in front of me that they threw it inside the bin. I was literally crying. So the rule is the rule, but obviously our celebrities, our prominent people feel that they are beyond the law. We see it even when in traffic, where they have their entourage and then they are cutting through traffic lights and all of that. So I hope that they use this as to send a signal to people that just because you are connected doesn't mean you can do as you like.
And the workers, they should try and do their job, because before you pass, there's a scanning machine. They put my bag on that thing before. I had this pack of lashes, then I forgot razor blade inside. They were like, there's a razor blade in your bag. Is that bad? I'm like, who said there's nothing in the bag? They say ma, come and look at it. They took me. No, it's there because it's inside a pack. I was searching everywhere. They're like, we won't allow you to move. So if they can do that to me, and at the end of the day, the woman was like, okay, sorry, let's just calm down. This is the area. And that's okay, bring this thing out, That means the guy passed through that place. They saw that thing be there because he's a big man. So they should talk to their staff too. Because if they had done their job, he wouldn't have crossed that scanning machine.
Right. Obviously, they're investigating. And Fan has condemned the disruption and emphasized that the matter remains under thorough investigation. Fan reiterates its unwavering commitment to the safety and security of all parts. I can imagine the disruption this would have caused, because
that would have been big problem for that airline. Anyway, the new Fan president, I know she will not accept that one. She's strict, she's professional,
as it should be.
And she's
If everyone in their own different whatever does that, it's just professional and does their work. I don't care who you are. In the UK, you see sometimes what's this guy? There was one time I was on the train. I said it was not the prime minister, but the person after the prime minister. When Boris Johnson was still, I can't remember. He was on the train. Everybody was on the train. You are a servant. You're supposed to serve the people, not. It's an African mentality, to be honest. But anyway, those are the headlines we're able to take today. When we come back, we'll sit down with our panel of fantastic ladies and dig deep into the emotional, social, and cultural pressures that fuel competitive parenting. This is The Big Conversation. Don't go away. Welcome back. We're about to get into the heart of today's topic, comparing kids, comparing moms. We're talking all things parenting, pressure, and the power of individuality. In the age of Instagram, milestones, and perfect parenting needs, it's easy to fall into the trap of measuring our children or ourselves against someone else's highlight reel. But where does that lead us? Does it help or hurt? Comparing children has been around for ages, but today it's happening at the speed of a scroll. From who walked first to who made the best lunchbox. We're turning parenting into a silent competition. But what's the cost? It's time for the big conversation. I know we have some, this is a conversation that I'm sure we've all felt pressured. Maybe something a parent, especially in this age of party pack as well. Oh my goodness, people have turned party pack into, and if you're not self-aware, I mean, but before we go into our role as parenting, let's talk about kids, because sometimes a lot of conversation we have on this show heals my inner child, I must say. And I know we've all, maybe some of us have been there where it's a natural, look at your sister, look at your brother, look at what they're doing. So we felt that, you know, sting of, you know, of comparison. So let's talk about that and how it affected us now that we're adults. I don't know if you experienced it, if your parents did the comparison thing.
So
they will compare them to you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The only thing is, the only pressure I had was you have to get it right so that your others will not miss it. You have to get it right so that you don't, you know. So a lot of burden now was on me to make sure that I get all my I dotted and everything. So that was my own pressure. But I never had that. I'm sure maybe the other ones coming behind me would have been compared, but me,
I was number 3, so I got it a lot. Not even just with my siblings, but even with cousins that were abroad, especially. Wow. You know, I look at your cousin, they finished, they got this, you know, and stuff like that. You know, and I know a lot of parents do that out of frustration. That but it's not if you're second, third born. But it was easy with, you know, this person. You know, why is this so tough? And I know I experience, and I must be honest, my kids are different. So there are areas where I'm like, okay, you are born in the same family. However, why is it, you know, why, you know? So I don't know. What are your thoughts on this, Ebon?
Okay, so for me, like DT, I'm the first.
You were the first.
So my pressure more was from being the ideal leader, the exemplary leader. No, I didn't really get that. Even though if I got compared at all, it would not be by my parents. It was probably an aunt or my granny then, because my granny used to go to Deeper Life.
And you are perfect. You even married early again. There's no see your mate. Your cousin has married. Your sister has a child.
So I know that my granny then, she used to go to Deeper Life. And so if anybody tried to do that, it was probably her, because she had some of her kids that went to Deeper Life one kind. But my own parents were like Redeemed, Pentecostal. And my own parents were quite open-minded. So we wore trousers. So we were the few PK kids that wore trousers, but in a decent way and all of that. So my granny struggled. You know, Deeper Life. Struggled with this. So any opportunity, why you went? But you know me. That's about me. I have a big character. So I will say, Grandma, all that one doesn't matter. Okay, this is so-called representation. When I was in school, I know what they are doing in school. It doesn't mean, you know, so I was able to always like push back and all that. But all in all, I try and tell people that to compare is not only a parent to child situation. Sometimes even we find ourselves
some
yes.
other people.
So the truth is, I actually believe that a tinge of comparison is needed for excellence. Because you need, you know, is when you can compare, is when you can benchmark.
Right. Okay, no, you're going too far. You're going to another level. But I want to know what your upbringing was like.
Mine is like, I'm not first, but I became first. This is the scenario. It's the ones ahead of me, like 5. My mommy had 12 children.
Whoa.
But at the end of the day, we were 7 left.
Wow.
Yeah. So we cycled. So the 1 to 5 to 5th, they were like then boarding school. Maybe one was even working. So when I came, they referred to me as later our Pekin. But no need for her to have children again. Why? So, and they were in the boarding school. When they come during holidays, all you get is conch, slap, this. So I'm like the senior kinda. But my mommy, she's very democratic. I've said it once here, issue of going to play with boys. She'll say, go and play. I trust you, you know, things like that. She'll say, she will commend your efforts. She does not compare. That thing of things don't run me, I run things. That's where I got it from. I'm not fazed by, you know, that's the kind of, she's very democratic. And then I live in a communal I lived in a communal environment. So then, until recently, there is this crisis. You don't know who is Urobo, who is Ijo. If you do something, somebody would have given you slaps before your mommy comes back. And then for the fact that a neighbor has beaten you, she will not say you have disgraced me. She will not add her own to it. So even when she's not there as a single mom, there are people around that will say, why are you going there? Kinikon. So like that. So I was not pressured.
Yes, like that.
Growing up and comparing me to...
I would like to talk about my children because there are two of them, a girl and a boy. And I almost entered that place of comparing them because the girl was she had a first class, she was very, but my boy, oh my God, and I had them like 12 years apart. So it was a struggle with him. He was not focused on it. He doesn't want to do academics. He was just all over the place, very distracted. So I'm always at the point of saying, what is wrong with you? Why can't you just be like your sister? After a while, I say, this thing that I'm saying would, make him start feeling that there's something wrong with him. So I think parents have that pressure at times to compare children. And then some parents do have favorites too. Maybe they'll just be using style to show, you give them preferential treatment or all that. But all the other children can notice. You can't hide it. They always know. So those are dangers parents have, So I knew that after a while, I had to say, no, I have to stop saying this to him and start commending his efforts. And when I started doing that, I saw that he started improving. He started focusing on his, when he does anything, I applaud him. I say, oh, you're the best, see my boy and all that. So I saw that helped him to, his self-esteem, was better than saying, can't you just do this? Can't you just do that? See your sister, she had what class? You can see, you brought, I was so pressured then, but I had to change. It was something I had to work on.
Out of frustration.
From what you say, like my children growing up, I'll say, be yourself, you are this, you are unique. So one time she did something, I was like, how can you do this? Look at what XYZ is. He said, but mommy, you said I should be myself, and I'm being myself. Why are you complaining? There's another thing that happened. She was in the hostel. Something happened. The school now said she should write an apology letter. She now wrote back to the school that you people have not heard my own side of the story. I cannot apologize. Yes. So when they called us, we went to the school. I was furious and everything. She was like, okay, my husband will test over me. She now told us outside before. I said, even I'm proud of you. Let's go in there. Wait till I love it. Sure. So train children to be around you, be bold, to be able to speak. We should not train timid children. And don't let children put pressure on you. Children, they know how to gauge mommy and daddy. They say, okay, this one can back, this one can bite. We can press this one.
Yes, I was going to say, because sometimes we're talking about us comparing our kids, but sometimes even I always tell my kids, because sometimes they will say, oh, someone's mom allows them. Because comparison happens both ways as well. We don't talk a lot about that. A lot of time, so when I tell my kids, you are comparing me now, should make me to compare you to the first class graduates in your class. Let's do now first to do. That's not painful. Because sometimes even our kids, because sometimes as parents, especially as moms, we get pressure. Because like I'm saying, talking about how Party Pack now has become. That's why some schools have banned it.
And I pity you because you are still at that stage.
I don't let anybody put pressure. If you like, put radio, put human being inside Party Pack. It's what I can do. I will do. But I see that even the kids get, my daughter will say, this person had Party Pack join. I'm like, look, listen, exactly. This is a Party Pack, and they should be happy that we're even giving them something. It's your birthday. They should be giving you presents. So if we're giving them something, they should be happy about.
So for me, what I was trying to say that time is this. I don't do the whole comparison thing, but I also try to handle my kids from a place of empathy. So because, like you said, we've raised them a certain way. So I've raised my kids big on contentment, and all that. So they don't pressure me into, because so as, like when I was asking my children, I was Labubu, they look at me like, what's that? Even with the whole, is one some fancy doll that they put on
sometimes,
so I was just generally that didn't just happen from when they were young. I de-emphasized.
Intentionally did that.
Yes, but because me, I try to de-emphasize something, so I made sure that I did that with them. It wasn't easy when they were young, but I grounded. I did some things that broke them, and everybody is now aligned to. Because I don't believe such things should rule you. You should rule it. Why should that not control your life? So where I'm not going with that is. So because I'm that mom that has brought them to that place of contentment, so they are not fussy or ask for things unnecessarily. So for things like that Party Pack, I go all out. So that's what I'm saying. So I mean, I will still do more than myself, but I'm very intentional about things like that. Or maybe their friends are coming, I'll I will specifically do certain things to host them, because I just feel like if these kids have done their own part, you know, they're not pressuring me on it. So me too, at least let me pull up for them too, and be that mom that they can be happy with and proud of in their own corner. So that's just the way. So that's what I mean by comparison is not something that is
it's
good,
not unhealthy. There's
it's not.
healthy.
Yeah. So there's a line.
There's a
positive,
I think at this point you should speak to schools that run boarding houses. You see these house masters and house mistresses doing ojuaye because they feel that this one parent is rich, so they are doing subo. That word, you know, the children can see. That's where I got it. They are subordinates. The children can see that this house master is a woman. You are sending a message. So school owners, please, as you go about doing training, the trainers, train them to treat all parents the same, even if you are being given tips or not. Because my children will come like, this house master is this, when so the child is wrong there because you know that the guy will dollar money, you know.
Yeah, but have you felt under pressure as a parent to maybe discipline a certain way? You know, because is that okay? Or maybe do certain things for your kids? Because like I said, I keep bringing it back to us because I know it's easy to talk about our children. But even us, I can see a lot of people who maybe are not so self-aware already start to maybe someone say something about how you disciplined your kids. And then you don't, because I know that happened even when I was growing up. My mom always just to show that she was a disciplined mother, and she didn't allow you to be loose. She will not overdo the beating, but I can tell it's because she's showing, you know. And I'm like, alright, you're late, you know. Maybe she's not talking. Exactly, but because she wants to show those other moms that I don't take nonsense, so you know. And you know, ideally, normally this is not something that she'll take. So, do we ever feel pressure or the competition as a parents to perform? Even us, do we feel that pressure to compare ourselves to? Why would you do this? Or even judge other people that, okay, why would you allow your kids to, you know, get away with stuff like this?
Again, like, thank God you said self-aware. For me, the foundation for anything is so for me, when I was entering into this whole parenting, nobody has done it before. We are all just learning it on the job, winging it. There's some things you've learned from your parents. There's some things you are learning on the job. You know, but I had already sort of, from my own experience, already decided how I think I wanted to raise my kids. I wanted, like you said, I wanted kids that were bold. I have my kids who stand up to them with respect. Even a teacher is being funny, no sir, it's wrong. He will stand up to you. That's how I raise my kids. So of course there's the downside of that too, because sometimes they're talking to them too and they are standing and I'm like, guy, no, this is a different let's But where I'm going with this is, for me, I just face my face. So on the flip side, I'm usually the parent that other parents want to ask how I do it.
Oh, you do it, okay.
I've noticed you with your kids. Your friends, but at the same time, they're quite disciplined. What do you do? So I'm happy to share. So I'm not going to force my own way on them. But if you ask me, I'm happy to talk you through what I did, what I didn't do, how I think. And the irony is, children, like you said, are never the same. I have 3. My first 2 were very pliable, you know. They were very, look like, God. You know, I mean, children with children, but you know where, I mean, you talk to them with your eyes, they are listening to you, they get it. Oh, sorry, mommy, they didn't need mommy. My last one. As in, when she started because now she's 13 going on 14. I mean, now she's pristine, but I'm talking about when she entered the twos, she started like this. You're like, wait, how? No. I started praying. I thought it was a demon possession. I'm being honest. I cried because I didn't see that with the other two. So I called my dad. I don't know what's wrong with her. She's acting up. She's angry. She's throwing herself on the wall. And I'm like, what's going on? So I was praying that maybe there's a spiritual attack. And then later I started reading up because I do a lot of research. And I said there's something called the terrible twos. There's some children that when they feel like becoming aware and want to force their opinions on you, so I was like, hey, so this is not spiritual attack. Me and you want to go to. So one day, I mean, I would say that was probably when I compared a bit because I'm like, oh,
why Abby?
You cannot kill me. Exactly. The other two, she was like, no, mom. The thing about her, she was a good child, but she was just very opinionated. You know that kind of okay. In their school, they wear mufti on Fridays. So you can imagine a child, a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, telling me she wants to wear frock to school on Friday. And I'm like, no, even though you're allowed to wear anything on Friday, but you should still wear something you can play in, and then she would not start to throw a tantrum. So Friday mornings was almost war. we will start. Or I'm waking her up for school. I said, Mom, I don't feel like going to school. This was when she was younger. Mom, I don't feel like going. I'm like, because I'm tired. And, and I'm like, okay. She was quite sassy as a child. And I'm like, hey, God. And I'm like, but you know that if you don't go to school, you have money. She's like, Mommy, will I say if I sell orange, will I have money? This is a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old conversation. But I mean, now over the years, she herself has learned from her older ones, and she has adjusted, and I can see that she has aligned and all of that without comparing and all of that.
I mean, I'm talking about focusing a lot on comparison as parents, because I see it a lot. There's a school in this Ibadan, you know, that where people, we are talking about it yesterday, I was not on the table, I was when you're talking about this fake life versus, there are people who borrow money, their kids are always owing school fees, but because, that competition of, and I get it, you want your children to go to a school where, you know, they can meet certain people, so it's the competition, so that apart from the party pack, there's competition of, because then when you go to these schools, their friends are going on holiday, summer holiday, your children cannot go. So I see a lot of parents do that, you know, pressure of, I want my children. And I'm like, okay, to what end? Who sold this lie to you? Who dig these pits, go fall inside? You know, so I see a lot of parents have that. I want my children to go to this school. You know, so I mean,
this is a serious mental health
issue. It's a big, so this comparison is not just children.
It's a serious mental health issue that we're talking about, because you are going to live a life that you are going to be, consistently under pressure. Where is the peace of mind? Why can't you just, you know, live within our means and do the best you can within your means, and let your children understand your values, your standards? And I don't have pressure from my children. If they want anything, oh, I like this, I say, okay, we don't have the money now. Can you save up for it? You too, you have your. I teach him, put more money. How much do you have? At the end of the day, I have maybe 30K. Okay, let me add something for you. We should start teaching them like that. Not that everything we should just go and be borrowing and be getting. No, we are spoiling the future of those children, and also the parents are under, you know, pressure, serious pressure, and they'll be there constantly. About mental health. Yes,
a lot of them are reacting or acting out from their traumas.
Yes.
So maybe they grew up in homes that there were a lot of things they wanted that they didn't have. So they had made up their mind that
my children was not.
You understand? So
I know children, they will never be, because I remember my child visiting somebody's home and she came back, she was like, Mommy, they live in a mansion, we must move house. But for me, I always make everything a teachable moment. I sat her down. Exactly. And I said, so does that mean that if you see a mommy that's finer than me, would you want to swap mommies? There's always going to be somebody who has more than you, who has better than you, who is doing more than you. So if you don't teach your children that, you know, they'll start comparing you, comparing themselves, and they will never match up. And I think that's the thing, you know, for me. But let's talk about as parents now. Back to, you know, what's the outcome? What are the effects of comparing our kids? I mean, but I told you talked about your kids being outspoken. What if you now have a kid that for some reason is just not outspoken? Because trust me, I have kids. I have one that's very outspoken. I have one that's just very. It's not that she's timid, but I wish she were more outspoken. But there's nothing you can do. It's not like, oh, you've brought her down, you've made, you know, so absolutely.
I want to believe that as parents, you are not the same parent to the first child. You won't be the same parent to the second child. Maybe like you do some research, how to come to her level, and how the senior ones would help to drag her out. But she knows that the main thing on the table is that you must be yourself, be confident, don't compare yourself to other people. And as you are preaching that sermon, make sure you are doing the same thing, because these children, they think that we are outdated self. You know, they are watching you. They know that, okay, things are not so okay, and still you went to buy that Ashwebi, 250,000. My daughter, when she just left, she was 7. Okay, she rounded up yesterday. As she got to Lagos, a friend of hers now, she said, Mommy, we're not even that close in UIO. She sent me a message that Ashwebi is 250. Can you imagine that? I will now use my... the friend wanted to get married. That she didn't even care that we are... we are couples. Now, where is she getting the money from? That means I'm not going for that wedding. No, she's not even my friend.
Even me, this is my old age. 250,000.
I'm not if they are close to you.
No, you said I didn't buy Ashwebi.
Babe, yes, I've developed that attitude.
I don't have that many people.
I try to, no, but
I don't wear them.
When they feel like they know you, they want you to. So me, I've sort of done that line where, you know, it's only like family, like my sister. Even though my sister's one, I was trying to guide this way.
My second child, she's not that as outspoken like the first one, but what she will do, because there's that free democratic way, okay, she will just write and say, Mommy, I knew I was wrong here, but these are the things that you did wrongly. I'm like, hi, me that you can't do that. My mommy, she will slap you back. She will bite you. She will scratch you. She will say, when they ask you, tell them I gave you. Yes. So the fear of not getting beaten, self, you want to behave. I'm like, hey, which kind of life be this? But my husband was like, my husband has a different upbringing from me. Sometimes, like when we first started, I would say, why are they doing this? Why are they not? You say it comes with the terrain. This is this. So you learn, you soak up things from people, you know, if you have an open mind. So you will not be the same parent to your first child or your last child. Right. Parenting is like fingerprint for each child. You have to devise a means to say, okay, this is the personality of this child.
And then to further add to that, and that's why some people that believe in physically beating a child, there's no one that is foolproof. So whether it's grounding or not, so you have to study that child and see what works for that. Because there's some children one need a back. Exactly. One need to move and there's some children that you won't go far with beating them. Do you understand? But if they have a heartfelt conversation with you, you have hit the right spot. So and I tell people that that's so like you said, you need to do accordingly to what that child is.
So, are you serious?
Hey, my son will know that one.
I mean, just like everyone was trying to say,
but if I beat him, he's not going to do anything. So I know that I'll just keep quiet. Once I'm quiet, you know that we dialogue a lot. So once I'm quiet, I just ignore him. Say, are you angry? Are you angry? Then we now have that conversation.
When she was in primary school, the teacher must have said to her, don't be mischievous. She now said, I am not mischievous. I'm Miss Teno. My name is Teno. Imagine if it was a teacher, if not that kind of school that you can. So when I came, it was like, and she was a very young girl. She said, see what she said, that she's not mischievous. She's Miss Teno. My name is not mischievous.
No, but I believe that there's a level of, you know, healthy comparison, just like what you were going to say. But let's say if you do have a child who's not motivated, who's not inspired, what is the level? Where's the line though? Without it, and where? Look at you, which is why a lot of African parents do. Look at your mates.
So the line is the delivery. So then, just like in Yoruba land, they say you can call someone, you can say pele, and it can mean something good, and it can mean sarcasm, and it can exactly. So it's the way you deliver it. Like, you know that child, you genuinely love that child, you're trying to reach that child, and then you decide that you know what the child likes. Child likes afayeye. One day, Kunle, let me take you to one new place. He's relaxed, he's in the kind of place he likes, and you start up those conversations. Like, what are the kind of things you like to do? Okay, so do you think you can do that without first doing these things? I think so. I'm like, no, you can't. And then chip in that, you see the way Tunde is always reading. Those are the kind of ways.
Tunde. Do you already feel like, yes, you already feel. My daughter, once you mention somebody's name,
then don't. They don't mention somebody's name.
Right.
I think what gets to them is not the name. It's the fact that the proximity to that person. So maybe you should mention somebody online that they probably look up
Kylie
to.
Jenner.
I don't think they should.
Kylie Jenner, I can't even compare. And that's why I was going to say, because social media makes it, because you can't even compare them to someone, a Kylie Jenner. That's 1,000 chefs. 2,000
Kylie Jenner. You wonder why I say Kylie Jenner. But there are so many. Okay, it was when my daughter was writing her essay for her A-levels. Was when I realized that there are a lot of young children doing things in literacy, in art, in music. That's when I knew that for us, me, I don't even remember who's Kylie Jenner. But there's so many people online, especially if it's in a line like she wants to do something. That's where research comes.
I just feel
Talk to ChatGPT. I don't think so.
I feel when it's online, you don't know what their own parents are doing. That's why your children can over tell you, do you know what this person's mother has done? Maybe their mother left their own work or business to sit down to be doing gentle parenting.
I don't mind if they compare. That's life. As if they tell me, Mama, do you know? I was like, I don't really know, but to the extent of what I know, this is what I can defend. And it's vital, because the truth is, I feel like tiny, even if it's 2%, it helps to give you a yardstick as to what you're supposed to be benchmarking against. Because if you don't have a yardstick, so what is the